I'm very excited to use this sunscreen. I'm not using any moisturizer because this sunscreen is called Hyal Reyouth. So I think it has enough hyaluronic acid to be a moisturizer for my face. I have to think a lot after waking up, like what is the weather today, what I'm going to put on my skin, will it make my skin greasy, should I avoid moisturizer, should I put moisturizer then sunscreen, all this stuff. So today I'm not going to put moisturizer because it's very hot and I think it will get humid. The sunscreen will act as my moisturizer plus sunscreen. Let's put the sunscreen. It's very watery like texture and I really like this tube. I have heard a lot about this sunscreen. People like it very much, people love it because of its texture and how easily it blends. Oh my god, yeah, it does. Okay, but I should remind you about the smell. It has a very strong smell. Whoever is sensitive to smell, I don't think they will appreciate this sunscreen. This sunscreen smells exactly like this sunscreen. This is from Dr. Ceuracle as well, and it's their mineral sunscreen. It has the same smell. So these two sunscreens are very smelly. This smell is not anything bad. I really like this smell because I am not sensitive to smell. They smell definitely like a flower. I'm not sure which flower I'm talking about, but they smell like flowers. This smell is kind of fresh or refreshing to my nose, so I do not mind them at all. But just remind you that these smells are really strong. 3 minutes have passed and I think this sunscreen has dried down a little bit. It's not feeling greasy or oily. I think it will dry down more after 20 or 30 minutes. The weather I live in, everything becomes greasy or oily. Let me see how it goes throughout the day and if I can reapply this sunscreen. So these two are very major things for me to consider when it comes to sunscreen. So I will let you know. Hey guys, it's been 4 hours since I applied this Dr. Ceuracle Hyal Reyouth sunscreen this morning. I am going to reapply now. Before that, I just want to let you know that I do not feel greasy or oily. It feels a little bit greasy, but that's manageable. Let's put it for reapplication and let's see if it gives me oiliness or greasiness. This time I am using a little bit than before because I already have sunscreen on my face, so I do not need that much. Otherwise, my face will feel oily. If you were wondering why my lips are white, I have used a lip balm that contains zinc oxide. So my lip has white cast. Upon reapplication, my face doesn't feel oily or greasy. Let's see how it dries down and what happens after 3 or 4 hours. Will it make my face greasy or oily or will give me a natural finish?
5 hours later.
So here I am after 5 hours of reapplication of Dr. Ceuracle sunscreen. So I do not feel any greasiness or oiliness. So that was perfect for today. There was no humidity and it was all dry and hot. And that's why I think it did not cause any greasiness or oiliness. I am very interested to see what happens during a humid day because all the sunscreens I use, they give me either greasiness or oiliness depending on the dry weather or humid weather. Hot weather does not play a major role in greasiness that comes from sunscreen on my skin, but the humidity plays a major role. So today was not humid and that's why I felt non-greasy or non-oily. I will review this sunscreen on a humid day and I will update you if it makes my skin greasy or oily. But for a dry day like today, I'm very happy with this sunscreen. chef's kiss from me.